What's good, man? We in the kitchen today. This is the first time I'm actually gonna be cooking with red potatoes. By myself. Like my mom, she used to cook with like red potatoes when I was younger. But I never cook with them by myself, so here we go. And what I got on the menu is just avocado, turmeric, ginger, and garlic. I think I'm gonna use like 4 garlic cloves because I've been going light on the garlic. And yeah. There we go. I got 4 garlic cloves, and I got these potatoes. These potatoes, I don't cook with red potatoes often, so I don't really know, what they're supposed to look like or, things of that nature. But what I can say honestly is that these do look pretty decent. They look a little dry, so I'm gonna have to rinse them off. And shout out La Colonia. It's this Latino. It's this Latino market that I go to sometimes to be able to get. Hey, what's up, Camille? This is honestly probably like my favorite activity. I think cooking really brings me like a lot of joy. So, what you been up to today, Camille? But yeah, I'm just grateful to be cooking, man. So as you can see, I'm cutting these red potatoes. Just keeping it simple. I'm not doing too much. I'm just like slicing them down the middle. Really just taking my time with it. Should be done in about, say like 15 minutes. Next time I gotta remember to get my greens. I'm a little bit greens deficient. I mean, the extent of my greens is like avocados right now. But as you can see, I'm just taking my time with it, just peeling back the potatoes layer by layer. And I'll be honest, man, like potatoes are my weakness, high key. If you keep looking at the camera like that, white cream is gonna be on the screen. What are you talking about? But yeah, I mean, I'll just be taking my time with it. And so, I'm gonna have to pour out some of this water. And so I'm gonna just lightly season it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just lightly season it. Not doing too much. Just keeping it simple. I want to put this zone in it for real. Vustrio, what's up? How are you doing though? What are you talking about? White cream? Who knows, man? I got ice cream. Okay, yeah. So now, as you can see, I'm just cutting up the ginger. You know, putting it in there. Hey, Dodo. Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, I mean, now you can see I'm just cutting up the turmeric. You know, just keeping it real simple. I got about 4 cloves of turmeric. And so, like, the reason why I like turmeric is because it's anti-inflammatory. Um, you know, I think it's good for like health. It has a nice earthy taste, and so this should be a nice addition to what I currently, you know, have going on in my kitchen. Another thing that's pretty interesting too is that I do think that it's almost like I don't know how to do this, but I think there's people who on the planet who can like they can like channel messages through other people. And the reason why I say that is because when I was but you know, I don't want to get too ahead of myself because of the fact that the my therapist does have like a similar background to my parents, so I think that her like overall like thought process is very similar, being like her occupation, things she's done in her life, things of that nature. But as you can see, like, you know, but it was like when she was talking to me, it was almost like my parents were like talking to her, bro. Oh God, it's crazy. All right, and I mean like, and so the thing is that I'm thinking about, you know, making my super drink right now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really thinking about it. But I honestly just want to just chill and just make this. So as you can see, like I just completed that assignment. And I'm about to turn it up. I usually always leave it on 5 when I'm cooking, but I'm gonna put on 6. I mean, but then again, I just had a revelation earlier today about rushing the process. So let me just leave it on 5. So as you can see, I just put this on in there. Wow, I thought you was talking about something else. I was there again for harassment. I was gonna get him for her harassment. What do you mean by that? All right, so now I got the salt and the pepper. Just enough salt. And then when that finishes, then I'm going to percolated. Maybe I should put 2 packets of Sazon. Maybe I should. But then and the reason why I say that is because the last time I only put when he was talking about white cream. Okay. How do you know it was a he? It could have been a she. All right, so I put 2 packets of Sazon. Shout out the Mercedes, man. I'm about to cut up this avocado. This is just an old ancient sacred dish. I call it pavocado. You know what I mean? And as you can see, like, you know, I'm just keeping it real simple. You know, I'm just getting the avocado out. Turn my phone volume up. When I talk in the microphone, it spells what it wants to spell. Oh, I feel you. What's up, man? Though, where you are you a woman or a man? Like, and where are you from? By the way, thank you for joining, Didi. I appreciate you. All right. Oh, you're a girl. Like, you're under. Dang. So wait, I'm curious. Are you under? Are you? Are you? Are you college age? Are you like in college? And the reason why I'm asking is yes, no cap. The reason why I'm asking is because, like, I just wanna figure out like how I can get my content to reach like a more like 21 and up audience. I mean, 18 and up is okay, depending on what I'm talking about. But for the most part, I really want like, you know, like, well, I mean, that's what I want. I want like 21 and up, but like, really, I want like 23 to like 29. But like, if the audience, if like your age is, it doesn't, the age, like basically what I'm talking about and what I'm doing may be resonating with you. Yeah, no, I don't want no little kids, bro. I don't want no little kids in this, like, but I think that because I want to make like, I think like it's important, like I have messages to like relay, like, so for example, I made a video that I haven't put out. I just recorded it, and like I was basically just talking about like, you know, um if you're like young, it was actually geared towards like just like young men. Like, it was basically like, you know, you should basically like not try and like look like a thug, and you should just stick to like being your most authentic self, you know. And I started talking about some of the things that, like, as a black person, basically the three, um, professions is either you're an athlete, artist, or entertainer. And I like, that's a message that is important to them because it's like what you want to realize is that like just because that's presented to you doesn't mean that that's the only thing that you should be trying to do. Um, so it's like messages like that are important for the youth to hear, and I think that like if I'm able to like talk to the college kids, that would be cool because at least like I can like relate to y'all like on a higher level. Um, and also, man, like in order to like I just want to like have like an audience where like it's like people are like going through things that I'm like going through like similar. You know what I'm saying? Like because I've started to realize like, and I've realized this like a long time ago. It's like with kids, like I don't want to put like any sort of like I don't want to put anything like on them, bro. Like they're like because they're so like impressionable. Like even then, like even when I had like interns, like I just be careful because they're so impressionable to like everything that you do and say, and like and it's just because they just don't have like a lot of information, So it's like you got to be careful. But at least when you're an adult, if you're like just going through like what I'm going through, then you can relate. You feel me? Does that make sense? I hope that made sense, bro. I hope that made sense. So, but yeah, now I'm just waiting for this pavocado. It's just this ancient dish that I make. Um, it's just avocado, potatoes, garlic, ginger, and turmeric, and sazon. Dang, man, it's crazy. It's like the only thing that matters too is like the present moment, bro. But the fact that like I may have to go into work tomorrow, it's tough, bro. And so I was watching this video, and it was talking about how like there's a possibility that certain people get like incarnated as like a star seed, and then basically like you have to battle like your memory being wiped, and going through like the challenges of being a human in order to like elevate other humans' lives. You feel me? Like, and it's like it's pretty interesting because like when I was young, I don't know why, but the thought of like reincarnation was always something that like was like it wasn't taught to me, but it was like interesting. Like not even in a way that I like necessarily like thought that it was like facts, but I just like thought I was like, yo, like there's all these religions like worldwide, and it seems like they all just be talking about the same thing. And like but like the whole reincarnation thing was pretty interesting to me. And I've always also thought like certain situations like I've thought like before like if you like come down like from the planet like type shit like you like basically like you have to make a deal with God before you come down to try and like do what you're supposed to do on the planet. Or there's like certain like like for example like let's say like this is a thought that was in my head, but then it's like then again like I'm not my thoughts, but this is something that was pretty interesting. Like, so for example, like people that basically like, and then, but you know what's crazy though is that if there is no such thing as like reincarnation, like, or not reincarnation. Let me just finish. I'm gonna finish the thought. So there's a thought that I had in my head a while ago. It's like, for example, like high school sweethearts, or people that have like journeys with people like throughout that stay like in their life like a long time. Like for example, like someone may have like a high school sweetheart, and then I feel like they got a good, like their relationship with God, like the creator before they came down to the planet was just like elite, because they were able to do some sort of deal and say, okay, me and this person, we need to be together like through our entire life, and we're gonna do this like from jump. Just put us in a situation where we're near each other so we can remember and then grow together. That was a thought that's like that was in my head, because I was like, damn, like I do feel like people be like doing that. Um, you know. So that was an interesting thought that I had. And then basically, what's another thought that I had? Um, oh yeah, just like the fact that like, but the other thing is too, like I've been questioning like a lot of like, dang, like I've been questioning like, why do I believe like what I believe? You know what I'm saying? Like, because this is like a real, like this is like a deeper like conversation. Like the thing that's interesting is that like you don't, in the age that we live in, like with the technology and whatnot, a lot of the thoughts and like information like that I have, like I wouldn't have even thought of it if I wouldn't have had like this device, right? But then that's not to say, what if I didn't have this, and then like I would have somehow like had an alternative life path that would have gotten me all the same information without having this device. That would be crazy as heck. But yeah, the other thing is too, man. Thank you for tapping in with me right now. Because if you are tapping in with me, that means you're like, we're reflecting. You see something in me that you see in yourself. And so with that being said, I'm glad I could, you know, share with you a piece of you and someone else. That makes sense. But yeah, I mean, the other thing is too, man. Like I'm like, okay, a lot of there's a lot of information on the internet that may say to like, trust your own intuition, like trust yourself, or like, that God is within you, type of thing. So I'm like, okay, if God is within you, then that means that you shouldn't even depend on anything external. But to learn about the concept of God in the first place, you had to have something external tell you about that. So with that being said, like, what does that mean? Like, what is okay, in order for you to learn about something that's supposed to be internally in you, you had to have something external tell you about it. Like, for example, for me, like, I had to go to church to learn about God. But there's an interesting topic and there's an interesting thought, because it's like, okay, what if the God inside of me said, I'm going to put you in a position where you go to church to learn about me? Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. That's crazy. Because it's like, okay, it's like, I wouldn't have known this existed. And I mean, and that would make sense. That would make sense, right? That would make sense. But then it's like, okay, so that means that if there's God inside of every one of us, people that have internalized that message, that means that God guides you to things that are meant for you. So if he guides you to things that are meant for you, that means that he's always in control. But look, man, I watched I watched I watched I watched I watched the Groundhog Day movie. And then the Groundhog Day, like in Groundhog Day, the guy basically thought that he was a god because he was experiencing the same day over and over and over again. And so basically, like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, I've been like in a similar loop, and it's like I want to get out of it. And so I think the main message that I got from Groundhog Day is that you're supposed to uplift the people around you. But then it was so weird because in Groundhog Day, the guy got bought. Like the woman that he liked, she ended up buying him. But then you want to know what was interesting? She bought him, and she was like, "I own you," and then she was doing what he told her to do. I was like, "What?" So like so basically she bought him, but after she bought him, he owned her. That shit didn't make any. I mean, it was a good movie. I kind of want to watch it again, just to see like if I could learn any new like, you know, any new like information from it or whatever. But you know, but yeah, man, y'all tap in with me and y'all pray for me for real, because just like I really have to learn, if life is really about like learning lessons so that you don't repeat them, the main thing that I have to learn is that I can't rush processes, and basically like everything is supposed to happen when it's supposed to happen. But then it's like, okay, if everything is supposed to happen when it's supposed to happen, how can I become the best version of myself so that I can receive all the things that I want? But then this is the thing too, that may not even be enough. And then that's why it just goes back to, like I said earlier, having the grace of God. Like, that's why it's important. You just have to ask God for grace. Because you could literally become the best version of yourself. You could be like Samson. Samson was elite, an elite masculine man, very physically elite. But then he lost. He fell. I'm trying to think, like, but and then this is the thing, bro. Like, I just wish that growing up, like, people taught me like how to meditate, like in the church. I think that this needs to be taught. I think in the church, like, meditation needs to be taught. This is genius avocado. This is avocado that makes me genius. This is avocado that makes me wealthy. This is avocado that gives me God's grace. Thank you. This is avocado that makes me live a godly life. Thank you. Hey, Carla. How are you doing? But yeah, and recently too, like, I've really been getting in the habit of like really like intentionally like blessing all of my food before I eat it. I should have got more avocados when I was at Whole Foods today. Nah, but for real though, like, I really do think that we need to like we need to teach that. Like, I really think that meditation needs to be taught in the church. But anyway, man, I'm about to sign off because I'm about to eat this food. So thank you for, you know, tapping in with me. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. All right, peace.